Hey everybody, welcome back to Women Carry Knives. On the table in front of us, we are going to be taking a look at the Miguron knives Akri. And I have to tell you, this is a very cool knife. Now, this came from a Therapeutic Edge who had it and asked me to carry it and see what I thought. And I'll tell you what, I am really loving this thing. Now, you guys know that a lot of the front flipper knives, depending on the size, I do kind of have an issue flipping them because they may be too big. This one, on the other hand, is flippable for me, and I love that. Let's go into some specs really quick. We'll start out there. This is a DC53 blade steel. What is that, you ask? Well, the DC53 blade steel is kind of an improvement over the D2 one. So what it is, it gives you kind of a higher hardness, twice the toughness, and they say that it machines and grinds up better, up to 40 times faster than a regular D2. So you're actually getting a better D2, if for lack of better wording or description on that one. You have this gorgeous drop point blade with PVD coating, black coating. You have these beautiful, and there's something about these handles that are just gorgeous. You've got the G10 handles. Now, it is a liner lock, and as I said, it is a front flipper, tip up, right hand carry only. So, to my lefties out there, I'm sorry, it is, can you front, let's see. Nope, I can't do it that way, but I can do it that way. Absolutely loving this. You're going to have a little over 4.5 inch handle length on this. Let's see. Yep, just a tad over 4.5 inches. Your blade length is going to be 3.5 inches. Well, 3.5 inch cutting edge there, which is going to give you an overall length of 8.3 inches. Now, that's a pretty good size. Let's go ahead and compare that to the famous Rat Model 1, which most of you know. And I have always called the Rat a large size knife. So you can see that this Akri is a large size knife, but fits very, very well in the hand, which I'm going to show you. Then you have the Rat Model 2. We're going to line them up pivot to pivot so you can see. This is definitely a smaller knife. The Akri is definitely what I would consider a large knife. Now, we're going to go ahead and set those aside. The Rat Model 2 is a big knife for me. I'm sorry, the Model 1 is a big knife for me. And I think it's due to the handle size on top of, you know, it's got a tad bit thicker blade on there. Not much, but a little bit. Even though this is large, you have a little tiny bit of jimping back here, but that is because it is the front flipper. This feels spectacular in hand. So the G10 is not, it's smooth, but it's not too smooth. It has a really good feel to it. Now, the gold is not standard. Is this standard one, Therapeutic Edge? This is the standard one. Normally, I am not a huge fan of gold with the black, but, and on this side, you can see it's got a gold pivot collar too. I think it gives this knife kind of a classiness. So for some reason, I'm really liking that, which is different because normally I don't. It's very, very smooth. I really like how smooth it is and how easy it is to flip. So I do like front flippers, but I do like to be able to flip my front flippers. And this would happen to be one that you can flip, which makes a huge difference to me. And I love that. You've got a really good pocket clip on here. I mean, it is sturdy, slides in and out of the pocket. It does stay there. It's not going anywhere. And a G10 backspacer too. So, what do I love about this knife? You know, I think the thing that I love about it most is how it feels in hand. The clip is not a hot point for me at all where it sits because obviously it is, you know, a low profile clip. Let's see if we can get a little close there for you. It is a low profile clip, so it is not going to feel like it is going anywhere. I don't carry lanyards, so I don't put lanyards on my knife. However, you do have a space for your lanyards on there. Ergonomically, as I always say, I love the sleek handle shape, the very simplistic kind of rectangular handle shape, because I think that supports a hand whether it is large or small. And I think that's really important because that is going to give more variety and more people are going to be able to purchase your knives that way. As you can see, I can get a full 4 fingers on it. I've never actually measured the width of my hand. I apologize, I just walked away. So let's go ahead and do that. So if we take a look from edge to edge, I am about 3 inches. Okay, so you guys can all see that. So it kind of gives you a little more idea of where my hand is on here. So, you know, obviously I don't hold it down here. I'm kind of holding it sideways. So let's actually take a measurement that way too. I've never done this before. So you're looking at about 4 inches if I'm going to hold it sideways. Okay. So yes, I do have small hands. Yes, it is a large knife. However, as I said, it feels very, very good in hand. It is slicier than all get out. I mean, it has gone through cardboard like a dream. It has cut paper very well. It has cut a couple packages open. I was cutting lanyard pieces the other day, went through it super, super easy. I am really loving this knife, and I think he did a really good job. As far as your lockup, you are at about 40%, we'll call it 40%. The blade came completely centered. Absolutely love that. As I said, the pocket clip, very, very sturdy. I'm loving that. And it's a front flipper that I can actually flip. Very smooth. Actually pretty drop shutty. I'm loving that. This has actually been a really good fidget knife for me. As I said, I don't, you know, some of the larger knives I have a hard time with. So far, this one has been very, very good. Very comfortable. Has done what I've asked it to do. I believe the PVD coating is a little bit stronger than the DLC coating. I could be wrong on that, but that's just kind of my opinion. You know, you guys need to take a look at that. The best part about this is this knife is only $40. So you are getting a blade steel, the DC53, which is a little bit better than your D2 as far as what it's going to do for you and how it's going to hold up and your hardness and your strength. You are getting the G10 on here. You're getting the gold liners. Maybe you don't like that, but it does give it kind of a dressier look to it. I love that. You have skeletonized liners in here too, by the way, which is really nice because it does make for a lighter knife. And I did not weigh. Let's go ahead and pull the scale out and see what this one weighs in at. La, 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 la. All right, guys. We are looking at 3.8 ounces. For those of you that weigh in grams, we are looking at 107 grams. So that is a good weight. It's not too heavy because they have milled out the scales there. You know, it does make it a lot lighter. It's not too heavy. You know, in my pockets, I didn't really notice it. It was super comfortable. I put it on my waistband one day, also very comfortable. I don't tend to review knives that I don't like or don't recommend just because I don't. So this again would be another one that for $40, you know, go grab yourself one. This is a fabulous knife. All right, you guys, that has been a look at the Miguron Knives Akri. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. You know I love talking to you. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It does help the channel. And until next time, thanks for joining me.